All right, gentlemen, and maybe some ladies, although I doubt it. Uh, it's come, finally, a return to Jade Empire. All right, so this time... Oh, we gotta catch this. Yeah. All right. I love the beginning of this one. Anyways, we're gonna play a closed fist playthrough this time. The last time I played the game, I did a full walkthrough, and I did the open palm walkthrough, which I think is more fun. It's more fun for me anyway. I should probably call this the feels bad man walkthrough, because I actually don't really like the closed fist options in this game. They just seem super dickish. At the very beginning of the game here, what is his name? Smiling Mountain, I think. Kind of goes over what it means to be, closed fist or open palm, and it's a pretty decent explanation. I'll probably touch on that a little bit, but anyways, all right. So we're gonna go with Furious Mike again. It's just really tough to not, because I think it's hilarious, and and he looks cool. I think he's one of the cooler looking characters. But anyways, yeah. So this one will be interesting. I'll try to yeah, I don't know. I guess I'll try to refer back to my old one, or I'm gonna do this kind of in a similar manner as the first time I played through, which is to just try to not speak over the voice actors, and really try to explore the dialogue as much as I can. I just think that that adds a lot more to it, and the voice acting for this game is amazing. So it doesn't make that much sense for me to talk over them.
I swear, one of these days I'll find a way around your guard. You've lost none of your acid wit, I see. Maybe you'd like to back that up. What say one more bout before Master Li steals you away? Let us begin.
All right, so not wasting any time in choosing the more dickish, for lack of a better term, conversation options. So stay tuned. The first little, this is basically just a tutorial battle, which is a decent way to kind of learn the basics. With Jade Empire here, I'll probably have to crank up the difficulty, because otherwise I feel like it's maybe a little bit too easy. So I'll do it again, and because I've played through the game so many times now. So I'll probably do that, but the game is actually a lot of fun, and I think the combat system is pretty fun too. It's not your typical RPG, like turn-based. It's more action-based, and I think that's it makes it maybe a little bit more fun from time to time.
Master Li was watching. He may not show it, but he clearly takes pride in watching his students practice. I learn something every time we meet, proving that loss sometimes is the best teacher. Thank the heavens the bruises are worth it. You do not need to be so confrontational. This was merely practice, one of the few times where a loss carries no impact. Master Li told me to pass on that you should speak to him when you have the chance. He said you could take your time, so you need not rush. He specifically told me that it was no rush, so I didn't think it would be vital. Besides, who could turn down a chance to practice with you? You have some time to wander the school and talk with other students. Smiling Mountain likely has some of the younger students available if you want to spar. I shall leave you to it. Take care, my friend.
Alright, Chapter 1. Wherein a master foretells of doom, a rival challenges for station, and the past haunts the present. Training nears its completion in the idyllic setting of Two Rivers. Master Lee promises that soon you will know more about how you came here and where your future will lead. All the while, strange tales begin to spread of ghosts that will not rest, and shadowy assassins who heed no law. Alright. Yeah, so that's the intro to Chapter 1. So what we're going to do here is to just kind of cruise around and talk to some of the students first. These two will run in the practice range. We'll actually run in there as well. Yeah, we're going to wait though.
The tricky part is it's always good to see you again, but I should keep practicing. They'd probably skin me alive if they heard me say this, but Wen and Lin look like they've got a little more free time right now. Go pester them so they don't pester me.
Alright, let's cruise. We're going to do a little clockwise circling of the training grounds, I guess. So this is our first book. This is Auspicious Portents. I like the books give you a little bit of experience as well as kind of flesh out the world of Jade Empire. And then on top of that, there are certain combinations of books that actually allow you, or they will actually teach you.
One day I'll reach your
techniques.
level of skill, but not unless I keep practicing with Smiling Mountain.
It is an honor to be approached by the school's most senior student. My mother had high hopes for the school when she sent me here from the capital. Sometimes I wonder if I'm ready to train with others of such skill. Even in the robes of a junior student, I feel a long way from my home in the Imperial City. You're right. Sometimes I just feel that I'm so far behind you that I may never catch up. I don't waste Master Lee's time. I just feel very new to the school. If time is so valuable here, then I won't waste any more of yours. I will learn what I can to the best of my ability. If you have nothing constructive to add to that, I see no reason to speak with you.
Okay, so that was Student Wen, and that was our first opportunity to score some closed fist points. And then here is the second book. And this one is on the Old Tongue. So this is, I think this is Tao Fan, if I'm remembering, or if I'm saying that correctly. Every once in a while you'll run into an NPC that speaks Tao Fan. It's kind of interesting.
Typical.
But it's usually accompanied by some dialogue that actually kind of goes back to the tongue, I guess.
Gao refuses to practice with the rest of us. He thinks he's too good for us.
Our most senior student has a spare moment to spend with me? An honor. No, wait, I shouldn't be like that. Master Lee always reminds me that jealousy is a low path and not worthy of one of his students. I understand your training is almost complete. I wonder who will replace you as our example. It certainly won't be me. I can't even imagine Master Lee saying, "You must strive to be like Lin in all things" to the others. Just the opposite, more likely. This from Master Lee's favorite. We can't all be blessed with such favor. Any of us could have been the best in the school if we had been Master Lee's first student. I don't need to take this. Your impending graduation has clearly gone to your head, and if you ask me, it can't come soon enough. Don't you have something else you should be doing? I certainly do.
I thought Master Lee would have your attention for the rest of the day. It is good to see you. I know you haven't had much time for simple sparring. It is too bad. Your fellow students benefit from your experience. A strong opponent is the best trainer. I am charged with giving whatever instruction I can, but my insights deal more with the philosophy of combat than the skills themselves. Master Lee is very strict about what is taught here. because martial skill is a pathway to great power, and that holds certain risks. It is not just good over evil. Few things in life are that simple. The common way to say it is, do you follow the way of the open palm or the closed fist? A term for the high path, or perhaps the way of restraint and harmony. Many aspire to it, but few achieve it. It is a path of resisting tyranny. Of course, the source of that tyranny varies. It is just as dangerous coming from without as within. Tyranny from external sources is easy to find and fight. Defending those who cannot defend themselves is a reasonable example. But when your abilities are so much greater than those around you, there is the temptation to set everything right by might alone. That is tyranny from within. True, but that can become a convenient excuse. Eventually you may decide that even direct violence is too inefficient for someone of your strength. It is a small leap from there to enforcing your will so that the crime never takes place. Suddenly you are the oppressor, when all you wanted to do was make things right. This way of the open palm is not without its hidden dangers, despite the best of intentions. It is the low path, the way of aggression and discord. A misunderstood path often misused by those who wish to justify a thuggish nature. It is not as simple as crushing your enemies or as mindless as terrorizing the weak. It is a mindset born of impatience, of imposing your will. An evil man might ignore a plea for help because he does not care, but that shows a disconnection with the world. That is not part of the way. A man on the low path might also ignore that plea, but he would do so because that person should demonstrate they are fit to survive on their own. The difference is in the details. That same man might help if the odds are unreasonable. He might also do it to incur favor. There is thought in his actions. He is not a mindless killer, but he may let strength decide what course is best. That is why it is a dangerous path. It can so easily be misinterpreted. You are the sum of your actions. The harmony or discord that you sow will weigh on your shoulders as surely as any physical yoke. But there can be advantages. Certain forms of attack inherently lean toward one extreme or the other. They have a rhythm that resonates within you. You may find that some attacks perform better if you are more intent on causing discord. How you use this is for you to discover and decide. I am charged with giving whatever instruction I can. Who are you interested in? Master Li is a private man, and I will not presume to speak for him. His interest in you surpasses the care of any master I have known. He must see great potential in you. If you wish, but only introspection reveals true insight. I used to call the trading center of Phoenix Gate my home, but I am settled here. I have nothing to go back to. It is not important. Suffice to say that I prefer this little village to the temptations of a greater city. Enough about me. What else can I do for you? It has been several years since I arrived in Two Rivers. I was surprised to find a teacher of Master Li's ability so far out on the borderlands. It was a fortuitous accident. I have studied the martial arts all my life, and serve your master as I am able. He is devoted to your training and needs someone to assist the other students. I am charged with giving... Ah, yes, training. For some time now, I have offered, for a small fee, to run students through a short regimen that will help them enhance their abilities. The lessons you learn from me, or from any trainer for that matter, will stay with you and help make you stronger or better able to focus your mind or magic. Let's see what you can learn. What can I... There are a few, but not enough for me to set up some of the more challenging matches that I'm sure you would prefer. There will be more students available later in the day when many of their exercises have concluded. Very well. I'll choose someone who is competent in one-on-one combat. This is only a practice bout, so fight until your opponent is knocked out. Get ready. Very good. Another victory well earned. Now, is there anything else you would like? There will be more.
All right, so that was the conversation with Smiling Mountain where he kind of lays out the difference between open palm and closed fist. I'll definitely get into that a bit more once I've got a little bit more time. There's just a lot of dialogue in this first video that doesn't leave me a whole lot of opportunity to kind of speak about what's been going on. But we'll flesh that out a bit once I get more time. That reminds me. So the Gao the Lesser is voice acted by Nathan Fillion.
Oh, you're finally here to talk to Master Li, are you? I certainly hope so. The old man is in there meditating, and he won't train me until he talks to you. What? The old man? That's what he is. Young men don't get mired in foolish beliefs like the belief that your training is more important than everyone else's. If anything, you disrespect this school by monopolizing so much of the master's attention. I've heard worse threats from children. I know you'd never start anything without the old man's permission. You wouldn't dare risk your status as exemplar to us all. No, I have no interest in fighting you right now. I'll wait until it's worth it, when the whole school is watching and I can crush you slowly. Master Li wants to talk to you. Do me a favor and go talk to him. Then maybe I can actually receive some education at this school.
Okay, so let's go in and speak with... Oh, actually, we're going to hit this scroll stand real quick. The Long Drought. This is a really big plot point, so definitely try to, well, I should say this will be revisited multiple times in the game. That is, a reference to this drought. And it's important here that Sun Hai declared that the drought would be over, and it was. So, again, major plot point. Alright, so here's some quick closed fist points here with student CPAT. You have to talk to him here before you talk to Master Li.
Greetings, fellow student. The gate is closed for now, and I am tasked with keeping it so. Master Li has asked that no students leave the school until the morning meditations are concluded. Please do not. This is the first task I have been given, and I don't want to get distracted. I'm sorry. I meant no offense. I just want to do the best job I can, even if the task is just meant to keep me busy. No, it's just that I feel that this is something to keep me occupied. It is an honor to guard this gate, even if I worry that I might not be able to do more than cower behind it in times of trouble. No, that's... I simply meant that I was a burden to him. It seems all I can do is offend you, and you are considered the best here. How quickly I fail when I've barely begun. I'm sorry, senior student. What do you mean? Some sort of test? Ask me anything. I am ready to try. Wait, I know this. Yes, It's weapon, martial, support, transformation, and magic. Weapon and martial styles are pretty self-explanatory. Support styles allow you to paralyze, slow, or otherwise hamper your foes. Magic styles allow you to use your chi to control the elements, while transformation styles allow you to assume the form of creatures or even demons. I'm only repeating what I have learned in my time here, senior student, but that was one of the first things I memorized. Chi is our internal magical energy. Is that it? Yes. And we can use our chi to hasten the healing process of superficial wounds. Additionally, chi can be used to strengthen our blows, making the most of each strike. I'm sure that's right. I can't channel my chi like you and Dawnstar yet, but one day. Of his history? Nothing. He is supposed to be a great master, but I just arrived, so I know very little about him. I wish I knew more, senior student, but that is all I can answer about our master. Oh, good. I mean, yes, thank you, senior student, for the chance to answer your questions. Master Li was looking to speak with you, wasn't he? After he left me here, he went back to his house in the center of the school, if you're looking for him.
Alright, the gate there that leads into town is actually locked until after you speak with Master Li, so not much reason to head there. There was a scroll stand back there. I'll actually interact with that once we, I should say after we speak with Master Li and have our conversation there with Dawnstar. But, alright, so we're going to head in and speak with Master Li now. We get a little cutscene.
Ah, there you are, my student. I watched your bout against Jingwu with great pride. You have gained almost all you can from the practice arena. You are my best pupil, though you came to me an orphan. I have tried to prepare you for the responsibility your skills will bring. Have you given thought to your future? Your lessons are complete. Remember these basic skills and keep them at heart. But also remember the classes are not a true measure of ability. Always be ready to learn. I recall that, as a child, you fell and bruised your arm. I comforted you, saying that small pains are part of learning, but not every setback imparts wisdom. You must be careful. Sometimes all you learn in defeat is that you have been defeated. This world is out of balance. Spirits grow restless, and you have a role to play that I have kept secret. Those who announce their important destiny before they are ready tend to meet unfortunate ends. The wise only seek attention when capable of dealing with it. The people are scared. I do not have all the answers, but I know you will become very important to the fates of many. You will be called to face a great evil.
Master! Master Li!
What is this interruption? This had better be important. There is much to say.
Master! Nijo came to warn me. He saw a boat from the Outlook past the fields. Strange outlaws. They fired something at him, and Qiamin was injured.
Where is she now?
Still outside the village by the Outlook. Nijo couldn't carry her. Please come, Master Li. The bandits are not at the village yet, but they could arrive at any time.
We will have to continue our discussion later, my student. It appears we have more pressing matters. You will have your chance to fight soon enough. Go to Gu Jin, the weapon master. He has a weapon for you, and you will have need of it before long. On your way, make certain Dawnstar is aware of the danger. Her skills have always complemented yours, so take her with you. Prepare yourself for a potential attack while I tend to my fallen student. I will return as soon as I can. We will continue our discussion when the threat is over. You near the end of your training, but I am still your master. You have a greater role than you know. For now, do as I say and keep the basics at heart.
Okay, so Master Lee obviously mentions a bit about, you know, being ready or making sure that we're ready to, I guess, accomplish some task that he wants us to. Before we go anywhere else, though, now that we actually have access to the lion statue here, we can solve this puzzle part way anyway. The puzzle is actually kind of a two-part, and we're not actually able to complete it fully quite yet, but... Alright, so I like what the statue says there. The obvious path is humble, safe, but it pays the wage of a cook, not a champion. So, again, another little, you know, insertion of some philosophy here. And it's even magnified a bit more once we actually are able to get the other piece to this puzzle, which we'll go take care of that pretty much. I think it's pretty much right after this. But what I do here is every time you complete this, you actually get 1 silver and then 1 experience, so you don't get much. And it caps out at 20. So if you want to repeat this 20 times like I did, go right ahead, but trust me, it's not going to make or break you if you decide not to. So just keep that in mind. Anyways, the actual puzzle here, basically right when you approach the lion statue, the little light in its hand glows blue. So you just put the blue figurine there, and then it'll change to, I think it's red? Yeah. So then you put the red one down, and then use the yellow one last. Now, if you mess up, like I did here a couple of times, you can just remove the figure until the color... Basically, if you put the wrong one down, it won't glow. And, you know, then you'll get the opportunity to take back whatever statue you put on there. And, yeah, you can just go from there. It looks like here I'm just trying to figure out how many times I've done it. Yeah, it looks like I've already done it 16 times, so that's not too bad. We're making our way. But yeah, like I said, if you don't want to do this this many times, don't bother. It's fine. The other thing is, you really only, and to be honest, you only really need to do it kind of 1 time. And even then, you could probably, well, I don't know. I don't know if you go and get the, because there's another piece to the puzzle here, and we're gonna go grab that. But I don't know if you actually have to complete it 1 time before you can, I guess, add this next piece that we're about to get. But anyway.
Oh, senior student. Not too many people come back here. Would you like to join us? We could team up against you and learn from the best. We should keep practicing. We have a weapons training session later. If you wanted to help us practice in a match against us both, of course, we would be most honored. That's enough! I didn't think we'd win, but it was an honor to face you. Thank you very much. We have to go. Smiling Mountain's going to be teaching a class soon, and then we have weapons training.
Okay, those are the 2 practicing students. It's just a little bit of extra experience up there. And then... Alright, here's the tomb. So, this is what I was mentioning earlier with that lion statue. This is the other piece of the puzzle here. And all you really need to do is put a silver coin in the bowl, and it'll detach this, yeah, lion image, I guess. So, lion head token. There you go. And we get a whopping 10 experience as well, so. Good stuff. Alright. So now we'll just make our way back to the lion statue. I think if you approach... There we go. Place the token from the old master's tomb. Alright, so it glows green. So basically what we want to do here is put down the blue and the yellow. And that'll, you know, basically turn it green. And then it turns it to orange, so we want to remove the blue and put the red one down. So then it turns to purple. And then we'll just remove the yellow and put the blue down. There you have it.
Examine your world from all angles, and you will see the interconnectedness of all things. Even that which is humble can be the key to greater things.
Okay, so we get the technique, the gaze of the lion. And again, cool little, you know, insertion of some philosophy there. If you to say something like, if you examine the world from all angles, you can. I'm obviously paraphrasing and probably doing a terrible job, but you know, examine the world from all angles, and you can see the interconnectedness of all things. So, anyways, yeah, another, and that's it for the lion statue. So from this point on, we don't need to do anything else with that. Actually, I don't think we can. And at this point, I think we're pretty much done in this area, so we can head into town. And right up here, we will come across Dawnstar, who is having an interesting argument with Gao.
What's the matter, Dawnstar? Are you scared that Master Li might find out?
There is talk of approaching bandits, and you bother me with unsubtle advances. How very like you, Gao. No doubt a tactic learned from your criminal father.
His name is Gao the Greater, and he built a fortune out of some ragged thieves and slave traders. If my charm can't lift your spirit, I'll buy the ground from under you.
Flaunting your father's undeserved wealth does not impress me, Gao. It only serves to push me further away.
You step beyond your station. She and I are discussing her future.
Thank you, Gao, but I'll pick my own poison. Now leave, and if you'd be so kind, stay downwind.
I won't forget this, Dawnstar. You show great disrespect. You as well. You will not take all the glory if there is an attack. We are not through.
Oh, he is Gao the Lesser in all respects. I thought Master Li allowed him to stay so that the influence of the father could be countered, but Gao never learns. He acts like he's above Master Li's teachings. Such are the conceits of wealth, I suppose. I appreciate that you arrived when you did. Yes, he said you were coming. He just passed here with Si Pat on his way to help Kia Min. It's strange that simple bandits would launch such a raid. Master Li was concerned that this would interrupt your training. His respect for your potential is just so absolute. Has he told you any more about your future? Oh, don't be such a sour fish. I wonder about it all the time. You are filled with such promise. My ability seems so much darker. I can see into the spiritual, an ability that grants some insight, but it doesn't seem to be useful for anything other than keeping me awake at night. I helped Master Li discover the unrest that shapes your future, but I see only problems, while you are destined to find solutions. I envy you for that. Do not distance yourself too much from the rest of us. What does Master Li say? That you should keep the basics close to heart? Let's go get your weapon from Guzhin's workshop. It shouldn't be too hard to fend off simple bandits. They're foolish to attempt such an attack. Of course, I can speak now or during our walk. Master Li suggested that I accompany you, in case you require assistance. I don't want to think about it too much. Manipulating Qi has not come as naturally to me as it has to you. The things I do are different. I can see spirit shapes and hear the odd whisper. Master Li was surprised, but he has not had time to look into it further. Your training is his primary interest. Hopefully I'll find my skills useful for more than just keeping me up at night. Could we go on to something else? We are all spiritual creatures. When we die, our spirits are released to find their way to the underworld. The journey eases the transition from life to death. If their time among the living was troubled or painful, spirits sometimes get lost. They can seem almost alive and are often mistaken for living creatures. They usually only appear for a short time. They say what they need to say and then are drawn to the underworld. If a person's life is very traumatic, his or her spirit can lose its way for a long time. They can go mad trapped in the world of the living. Maddened spirits change. They lose their connection to the living world and begin to channel darker emotions. They can be very dangerous. I've only seen hints of those. It's been enough. I'm very worried about what may be coming. I don't know. That's the kind of thing old men sit on mountains to discover. Some say it is a place of judgment. Maybe it's about reincarnation. You'd think we could just ask the spirits themselves, but if we can't really understand our own answers, how can we hope to fathom theirs?
We should get our weapons as quickly as we can. I am honored that Master Li feels I am worthy of standing beside you.
Okay, so now we've got our first follower, that being Dawnstar, sorry. I always move her to a support role. I think her support, the fact that she restores your chi is just amazing. But that's all I've got time for, so as always, hope the guide was helpful, and hope you join me for more videos. Thanks for watching.